Hey, welcome to this Windows channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Friday, September the 23rd, 2016. And today in our Tech News Update, we have, if you have an iPhone 7, and if you don't, there's a update of iOS 10, which brings your version to 10.0.2. This, especially for the iPhone 7, fixes a few flaws, including the lightning earpods that have problems that stop responding at some point and you can't do anything like answer calls or change the volume settings and so on when you're listening to music. So apparently this fixes this issue plus a few little issues, including also the problem with connection to the network, apparently, that some people have been saying they have. And apparently it's not just T-Mobile, it's like every carrier almost. So a few tweaks to iOS 10. Check it out. It's available as of today. Twitter is for sale. So if you got your change in your piggy bank, you might want to think about it, but better have a lot of change. The possible companies, Google, Salesforce, and even Microsoft, who will buy Twitter. Apparently, the biggest chance would be Google. It seems that Google wants to acquire Twitter, and I wouldn't be surprised that they probably get it. But there's nothing definitive yet, and it's just right now out there. And apparently, Twitter could be sold before the end of this year. So interesting. Google, Salesforce, and even Microsoft might be interested. Well, Google's artificial intelligence system is now recognizing images better than ever. Not only that, it can even look at you and know who you are. So that's kind of scary a little bit when you think about it. That means now you can have someone snap a picture of you and maybe, hey, that's the guy that lives here and does that. And kind of interesting. We're getting there, and a lot of people are saying, well, that kind of looks like some kind of major network like in Terminator. So Skynet is upon us with Google, and when you think about it, Google is probably the best for being Skynet, but apparently it's for the good of us. So better and better all the time. And it is to expect with computers that are even more powerful and with all the money and the research that Google is doing, basically. Well, Facebook finally tells the truth about video views, and that is interesting. Now, I knew that video views for Facebook were flawed. I had read a few articles and heard a few people talking about this and saying, well, the numbers of the views on videos of Facebook are not real. And basically, the way that Facebook actually counts video views is if you stumbled upon a video, and even if you watched it for 1 second only, it's a view. Um, YouTube does not work like that. YouTube will need a certain amount of seconds or minutes before it actually says, well, okay, that's a view. And also, Facebook counts, if you've gone there and watched the video 1 second for 200 times, well, you got 200 views, where YouTube actually will count it as one. So, Facebook did say, and, kind of apologized to all the ad companies, saying, yeah, it's true that it's flawed and that our numbers are way, way, way overinflated. It's not real numbers. So apparently they're supposed to fix this and release real numbers of video views for Facebook videos. Well, Verizon is now actually looking into what's happening with Yahoo. That's what we're learning today, because apparently Verizon knew about the flaw only 2 days ago. So even though Yahoo knew for the last 2 years, it kind of failed to tell Verizon, well, oh, by the way, we have a major security flaw and that 500 plus million users are at risk. So Verizon is looking at all the options that is available, and wow, that would be something if they just would back out and say, look, we're not buying you anymore because you lied to us, and the value, the sheer value of Yahoo has suddenly changed because of this. So that's going to be an interesting battle to look at. Will Verizon decide that they don't want Yahoo anymore? Kind of interesting. Well, here are some interesting numbers. First of all, the Windows 10 versions as of September 20th on computers around the world. Now it says desktop, but that's laptop, tablets, and desktop PCs. Basically, it's the PC version. So on September 20th, and these are numbers from AdDuplex, Windows 10 versions, 59.9% of all Windows 10 users are still on the November update version 15.11. 34.5% were on 16.07, which is the new anniversary update. And 5.1% are still on the original Windows 10 and haven't upgraded yet. And finally, we could see here that 0.5% of Windows 10 are insiders. This is interesting. Windows 10 RS2 or Redstone 2 insiders. So cool numbers, but we can see that still 60% have not moved on to the anniversary update yet. So big majority still not on the latest version. Also in numbers, really interesting numbers of September 20th. PC manufacturers. Who are the biggest PC manufacturers around the world right now? Well, HP, 22.3%. Kind of interesting. HP now is number one. They flirted, they flirted with number one off and on. They even got Dell that at one point was bigger than HP. It moved on, but you see HP now really dominating. 22.3% of all manufacturers of PC around the world. Then second is Dell at 12.2%, and they did really drop a lot. Dell used to be close to the 20% range also. Lenovo, the Chinese maker that bought basically IBM ThinkPad, 11.4%. Asus, 10.7%. Acer, 9.7%. And then you've got the smaller ones like Toshiba at 5%, Microsoft at 3%, Samsung 2.5%, Sony 1.5%, MSI 1.4%, and others. So others is probably like tons and tons of PC makers, and including, homemade PCs basically, are 20.1%. So that's interesting to see. HP number one, Dell number two, basically in the PC market. And finally, another number. It is interesting because with the Windows 10 upgrade, we knew about people being pushed to Windows 10, but we didn't have really a clear idea of what was the percentage of people that rolled back to their old operating system after trying Windows 10. Well, now we've got the numbers. A survey that was done tends to indicate that 12% of upgraders to Windows 10 went back to Windows 7 or Windows 8.1 after they've tried it. So that's interesting. 12%, more than 1 in 10 people that actually tried Windows 10 rolled back. Now, what would be interesting to see in the 12% is the reasons behind the rollback. I know that, of course, some of them had problems probably and rolled back. I know by my own observations with my family and friends and also clients that some rolled back for reasons that were simply they didn't understand something. It was not that it didn't work well, they just didn't understand how it worked on some points, and that's kind of interesting there. So what are the real percentage, for example, of rollback because of problems, and what's the real percentage of because they didn't like it? And it's interesting, but at least we now know that 12% rolled back. And a last little tip here that I have: if you haven't upgraded your machine to Windows 10 yet, it seems that as of today, September 23rd, you can still have Windows 10 free. If you have a product key on the computer that you're using for Windows 7 or Windows 8.1, you still can get Windows 10 free. All you have to do is install it and enter your Windows 7 or Windows 8.1 product key in the box when you install it, and it will activate for free. It seems that this is still good. So if you haven't upgraded and you wish, why not try it out? It seems that it's still working as of today, September 23rd. So this was the tech news update for Friday, September 23rd, 2016. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe to my channel. You'll be informed when new videos are online. Give us thumbs up. And have a great weekend. Our tech news are going to come back on Monday. Take care, everyone. And don't hesitate to leave feedback.